quite quickly in the favour of Gamed after a couple of team fights. Caitlyn and Sonna, we saw them. If you missed it on Monday, we had Fnatic versus Gamed. A very strong lane partnership was Candy and Nif. So I'm expecting to see some good things from that. Meanwhile, you know, Alistair Jungle, we've seen him already today. In fact, Alistair Jungle, it was... I forget who, but it didn't actually work very well.
No, not really.
Whereas he can jungle really well. We've seen Rumble. Kevin actually played Rumble. No, he didn't. It was Fnatic with Rumble versus... I forget who. My memory's not great, but you can check it all out, and it's all on video on demand somewhere.
Yeah.
So here we go. We have Wizards stepping up in mid. We have Gamed around the left-hand side. And are we going to see a fight? Probably not. We've not had a good level 1 fight yet. They tend to... Ooh, Babetta goes a little bit closer. He might find himself in deep water. I think Zyla's going to have flash. Yes, he will. Whether he's going to flash and pulverize at level 1 is another matter. I wouldn't have thought so. No. They're just gonna step away. Lots of posturing. No actual killing. It's going to be a general start. So let's have a quick look at what they've built to start with. They've not really built anything. They've just bought the basic items. So Doran's Blade expected on Ashe and Caitlyn. Doran's Ring on Brand and Alistair. The Regrowth Pendants on Rammus and Janna. So Philosopher's Stone's probably going to be built there. You can use your stuff. And Fairy Pendant on Sonna. Ooh.
Joe forgot to turn his phone off.
Joe forgot to turn his phone off. You know, I was worried because it's the same ringtone as mine. I was like, I'm sure I silenced it. I had to actually think straight away. So it looks like they're going to go straight blue. Rommel's going to pull it. Is he? Or is Rake going to pull it? So Rake's going to go top versus Malzahar. So it's going to be Brand versus Malzahar up top. Babetta's going up there. Kassadin versus Rumble in mid. And Janna Sonna versus Ashe and Janna. Sorry. Caitlyn.
Try again.
Yeah, Caitlyn Sonna versus Ashe Janna. They're the words I was hoping to get before I replaced my teeth. So here we go. It is going to be early silence ball. I don't think Kevin was quite expecting it to do that much damage. He's actually gone for a Doran's Shield early on Extras rather than a Doran's Ring. So knew that he was going to be facing a rather aggressive level 1 hero, and that's exactly what he's doing. We just got a Clairvoyance down onto a fairly low hit point, Alistair. So they're just tracking him, and you can see Rammus spinning up. Actually going to go around the back side of Kevin early on here. Going to have a little poke, level 2. Going to get the stun in, going to get a little bit more damage. Just to poke him and keep him out of that lane, keep that aggression down. Meanwhile, down the bottom, it's going to be pretty much even stuff. Looks like Malzahar's had the early push on Brand. They're going to force him back a little bit. I didn't know whether he's going with the silence bar early on or with the dot. I'm guessing we'll soon find out in a second as soon as he does it. Meanwhile, Rummel's had another little poke down the bottom there. It's judging by the speed that he's backing away, it may be the dot. Rake's being very precautious here on Brand. Didn't have much luck in the first game we saw. I think he was 2-5-3. I don't know. Obviously, we've no idea what lanes, who was what, where, when, and why in the first game. But all we can tell is that Candy is pushing down the bottom quite aggressively. Meanwhile, at the top, so they're leaving a lot open for the junglers. There's a lot of room to get ganks early on, should they require. I expect to see them around about the 5-minute mark, though.
Yeah, a little bit longer, I think, for that one. Candy just using that extra range that he's got on Ashe just to harass that little bit. And so far, it's been working out fairly good. The Piltover's actually connecting quite nicely onto Barbecue the last few times. And they have to be a little bit careful, I think, of this. I mean, obviously, Candy can poke, have a couple of shots at the tower here and there. But generally, it's just a nicely pushed up lane. Actually, Candy misses the easiest Piltover out of them all there. And at mid, we do have a little bit of trouble maybe for Kevin. And Aranya decides, nah, I'm just going to back away from this one. We'll actually just sit there in the bush. This is an interesting move from Aranya, actually. I mean, Kevin didn't expect him to just stay hanging on there, and he could be in a little bit of danger. In comes Zyla, and he is going to go aggressive. Aranya thrown back into the tower. Is he going to hold on to this one? And he's so low, but he should be able to get away. Yeah, Powerball will see him a lot safer out of that little fight. And Top is even kicking off as well. Yeah, but Better is low. He's actually popped the healing potion. And now he's just going top, bottom, middle, left, right. What's going on? Kaido taking damage. And yeah, Barbecue as well, we'll have to say. And middle now kicking off maybe a little bit. Kevin going aggressive there onto Exter, who of course playing Kassadin in that middle area. But a great, high action start to this third and final game in this one.
Yeah, and you'd have thought they'd be cautious, bearing in mind this is obviously the game that's going to knock someone down into the lower bracket, and the opposition will be playing. I'm getting waved at from a window to let you in. Someone's no random.
Oh God, people. They won't let it in. So you go do that. Anyway, we'll sort that out. That was a bit random. I wasn't quite expecting that. But anyway, Brand's going to get caught out surely here. What are you doing? Brand's actually going to get the stun on him. Nicely done there, but I think Pabetta's going to back away. He's a little bit unlucky. The fact that Alistair was coming around now. So if Alistair had been there, that almost certainly would have been a kill. Meanwhile, on the bottom mid there, you can see a bit of push and he's trying to keep his best he can on him at the moment. Trying to poke him as best as possible. Ramos is going to pick up the race down the bottom. Let's have a quick look down the side there. Looks like he did try and have a dive for the Piltover there. Didn't quite get the shot on him. I think whether he missed it or not, we just caught a glimpse of it there. Malzahar is going to back away. Alistair came around the side there. Had a good go at Brand though, didn't he? Took him down to 170 health there, I think, around about. But again, like I mentioned, Candy is very aggressive on Caitlyn. It does a lot of damage, and Ash is going to have to port away. He's got Doran's on, going to back away. Will the Piltover go back across them? And no, he's going to back away. Meanwhile, Ramos is going to have a spin up the top there. It's just Xylor on Alistair. Obviously, just sent Brand packing. He's going to be quite aggressive, try and force as much, and he's going to go back and take the jungle, Joe. So as it is at the moment, as expected, Candy being very aggressive, trying to keep Ash from porting, I think. Keeps popping that Piltover. He's going to walk up again, do it again. Yeah, it's just prevented Barbecue from teleporting back. Saying, I just need to buy. I just really need to buy. I'm quite low on health. Level 4, and it is working well. Let's have a look at the CS. How's the CS working for them? 45 to 31. So, yeah, good 15 ahead already. So, starting to build a good advantage here. He's going to walk in, do another Piltover across them. Just use the passive that he gets on Caitlyn, scoping, sniping. Rumble is getting pushed in mid here. Ramos is going to spin. I'm not too sure. We're just going to catch the stun on the embassy. Will flash through just about. He's going to actually tower dive. Dangerous stuff there. Needs to be cautious. Taunts him, tries to pull him away from it. Not going to happen though. And put him quite low on health though. 144. Obviously that ignite finishing off. It looks like Son's actually ported back down bottom. So yeah, Ash had finally gone back as well. So I'm going to see what they buy in a minute. But Malzahar returns to top. So still no first blood, but very close fights at the moment. Yeah, very close. And obviously, Candy, it has to be said, doing a great job of controlling that bottom lane so far. Utilising that extra range, utilising the Piltover. We've actually got Xyla, who's going to come up behind Kassadin now. Exter has to be very careful. He has to choose his exit wisely, and he will get himself out of there without any problems whatsoever. Nicely done by Exter, and he'll just come straight back into that lane and should get himself some nice free farm.
Yeah, indeed. So Nif has been back and bought. He's got himself some boots, got a load of wards on him as well. Ramos spinning down the bottom here. They can already see him coming. I think they got a clairvoyance down. He's going to get out. Alistair's actually working his way, and they're using a nice little trap back, knock back there. Candy there has been taunted up. He's going to try and get a lot of damage on him. Don't think it's going to be enough though. In fact, he's going aggressive because Alistair's going to come around the side. He is going for Ash. Oh, nicely done with Janna ulti there. I think he might get a pulverise down. Yes, he will do. Sniper shot going through. Oh, well blocked by Janna. Just about. He's on 45 hit points. He's going to get away, I think. Janna may be the target now. 123 hit points on there. Janna will go down. That will be first blood. So Alistair just coming around the backside, just about saving it. Rumble also coming around to have maybe a quick, cheeky look.
He fired his ulti off, actually, and it landed right next to Barbecue. That was really, really close. And Barbecue had just popped his health potion, managed to get away from it, or probably more lucky that it didn't just hit him more than anything, in all fairness. But still, nicely done. I mean, they were obviously outnumbered on that bottom lane, were Wizards, but they did a decent job of escaping. I mean, they lost Janna, of course, in the end, but it could have been a lot worse, I feel.
Yeah, and they're actually going to steal the blue as well now. So Golem Buff going to go to... is it going to go to Xyla, or is Nif going to pick it up? I wouldn't... Or is anyone going to come over and pick it? It looks like they're going to give it to Nif, I think. I don't too sure how that's going to work out anyway. Meanwhile, down at the top there, Rake versus Malzahar. Let's have a quick look how that's going out. 45, that's a lie, that's it. It's 54 to 47. So slight advantage for Malzahar's kind of expected there. He's not going to get a lot of the stun, but he is going to get the suppress on him. He's got the dot down him as well. He's going to have his little Baneling on, but didn't manage to get enough damage on him. I don't know if he's called a Baneling. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe StarCraft. That's because I've got a great big StarCraft 2 banner right in front of my face. But that's going down down the bottom. There is 4 down there. Xylor is going to get away on 126 hit points while all that went off. And they are just going to catch up. Candy needs to be a little bit careful. He's going to back away. He's got a good heal, though. He's got 2 heals, really, from Xylor and Nif. So just about surviving there. X2 was Cassidy that came down. Meanwhile, it looks like the top there, Rake, is still being pushed by Babette. He's going to back away. Kevin is continuing to push in mids. Ramos is queuing up, spinning in there, powerballing away. But it is still all fairly even. Just that 1 kill at the moment, that 1 first blood. It was actually Sonna that picked it up, was it? No, it was Caitlyn that did pick it up, so that's going to help. So Caitlyn's still not been back and bought. I expect to see a BF sword instantly coming out from Candy. Yeah. Meanwhile, Ash has been back aboard. She's had to pick up the Berserker Greaves. She's just trying to really fend off the farm ability that Candy's had to force them back. She's had to pick up the attack speed just to get the farm more than anything. Putting a little bit of spray on Candy, and I expect to see Candy probably port back in a moment. Or will she? She's just going to continue farming. She's quite happy to farm. There's actually a ward there. Xylor's just stood there, losing experience, not jungling, but there is a ward to see him in there. And Ash Arrow just going past up top there. The ping had gone out. Who am I viewing this from? From Wizards. So it was Wizards that actually pinged it themselves. Yeah, so it wasn't Game giving the warning, but Kevin didn't go aggressive. Remember, Mazahar did use his ulti. As I look at my screen, he doesn't have his ulti up yet. I'm just looking across at your screen for some reason, but it's who I'm viewing. Cassidy just around the back side of Kevin, just trying to set up for a gank on him, which is why they're going aggressive. Now he's going to come in, gets the ball down, and he does manage to get the ignite. It's going to surely finish him off. Yes, he will do. That's going to be Kevin going down, so that's 1-1, and it was Babette that picked up the kill. And they're going to get the tower as well, so that is a good push from Wizards there, stacking up nicely with the AP heroes and the jungling tank to finish off the turret. Surely 163 hit points. It will go down eventually. Brand, meanwhile, in mid, needs to be careful. He's got Cassidy coming up behind him as the first turret does drop down, and
is Candy disconnected?
I was just wondering that. He'd gone back, but he was back there for a long time. Maybe he was just waiting to buy the boots, possibly. Oh no, he was waiting to buy a second dagger. He's got himself Berserker. God, he's really fed, isn't he? He's got himself a BF, a dagger, and Berserker Greaves, all from
not
just
a bad
the
first shop.
Yeah, the first shop. He's been fed very well down the bottom there, so he's been getting a lot of CS. But overall, Wizards, you got to say, are back in the lead a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice push they did, obviously, onto the top. They've managed to get that tower down, which, they've not lost a single one themselves as of yet. Kevin in the middle just going a little bit aggressive onto Cassidy, who shouldn't have any problems to escape that one anyway. Just trying to keep the harassment levels up. And there was a ping there. I didn't see where it was. In middle, maybe? Yeah, Alice is actually starting to come around, but there's a ward for either team in that top bush, so there's not much that he's going to do, and actually Xyla is just going to be kind of headed over towards the other side of the map. Janna's actually come down here. She does have an Oracle, so maybe we see a few wards being cleared out by Wizards now. But they're moving, both Kevin and Xyla moving quite heavily down on towards this bottom lane, and Ash has already got herself out of there. Himself, herself. Depends, I guess, whose point of view you're talking about it from. But this bottom tower is going to fall to games. Easy peasy stuff there. And that was a nice little push.
Yeah, so they get that turret down, and they'd already really forced Ash out of it. They'd been putting a lot of Piltovers on, and you expect to see they're going to follow up with the Dragon, but Wizards are set up for it. Irani's not really at much health, though. He's only half health coming in, spinning in there, so really the health advantage is certainly going to go the way of game. They have a lot more damage as well, and he just backs away. Yeah, so Dragon not being taken. Brand has come around the side there as well, so it's a 5-on-5 now. They are all here. Ash is split on her own at the moment, though, so she needs to get out of there. Doesn't want to get caught by that slow that Rumble will have. And they are going to pull it again, try and do the damage on it. Irani's just going to try and come in, try and draw it away. They're just trying to see if anyone's going to really fall for the bait. Anyone's going to step in. Barbecue as well, whether she's going to step on that trap that's just at the side. You can see that Rumble keeps throwing that slow out towards Ash. That's who they're trying to catch. They're trying to bait her in there. Puts another trap down. Now they've got it well blocked off there. They're both going to take it, in fact. Both going to eat those traps. They're not going to be able to get this Dragon down that quick, though. So it's all a case of who can steal it. Obviously, remember, Ramos is going to be sat there with Smite as well. They just can't get them too low. So they're going to back out. I think they're going to completely back out. They're just going to posture up and back away a little bit. And, yeah, they are. Nif's going to port away, so they're not going to go for it. It's kind of like an amnesty was just sort of called. It was like, nah, we're not going to take it.
Let's call it a draw.
Yeah.
And right now they've just marked Kassadin. Yeah, the Clairvoyance actually went down there. They've seen Kassadin taking that blue buff, so they'll have a timer on that now. There's Malzahar just poking out there a little bit in middle, but Kevin got it on lockdown, no problems. Bran getting a nice little bit of free farm up on the top lane, but of course his turret actually was taken down that little bit earlier by that nice 3-man push from Wizards. And currently, what's he got? Catalyst, Protector, Boots. Oh, will Kevin get away? Yeah, he should be able to get away from this one. He does have that dot on him, but he's going to run out in before he can actually, be taken out. And that's going to be all cool. It looks like we may see another bit of action around Dragon. We've seen Kaido on Janna just dropping a couple of wards out. Sona comes straight in there with an Oracle of her own. And we are going to see Wizards commit to taking down Dragon. Let's see how this one goes. Actually, Kassadin was at the back there, just making sure that it was all safe. And I think Wizards have got this one on lockdown. I don't think Game can really challenge. No, they can't.
Yeah, it was really well played by Wizards, has to be said. I mean, Malzahar in mid, obviously got the pull down and then did the suppress. That put Kevin on low health immediately, so he couldn't really do a fat lot in that. Brand was up top, they could see he was farming up there. Then Kassadin just came in, obviously used his ulti and did enough damage to just back and then back straight out and go, yeah, okay, you want a 5v5, you're all half health. So they just completely took the position. They built up to take that dragon. It wasn't a case of just going in and taking the dragon. They worked towards it very well. So well done to Wizards there. So Brand's going to continue pushing. He's got himself a nice stack up top, but he's not really going to get a fat lot of damage on there. So Rake, let's have a quick look at what they've been building. You can see a bit of pings going down the bottom. So Caitlyn's going to pick up that. Caitlyn's built herself a black cleaver now, as well as those Berserker Greaves early on. Philosopher's Stone and boots on Sona. Triple Doran's Ring and Mercury Treads now on Alistair. Janna's just backed away. Janna's got herself a Philosopher's Stone. Rumble's come back now. He had a Hex Deck Revolver early on. There he has. He's built a Giant's Belt and a Null Magic Mantle. We have a Tear of the Goddess and a Blasting Ward on Kassadin. So Kassadin's not really got that much farming, I don't think. Must be a little bit behind at the moment. Rake being chased. Rake had got himself a Catalyst like I showed early on. Looks like, though, it's Malzahar the one that's really been well farmed. He's got himself a needlessly large rod. Meanwhile, we have a bit of a double push, as it were. So we have Caitlyn, Janna, and Alistair over on the right-hand side against Ashe and Janna. Janna needs to be wary, just puts the ward down. We've got 4 over there. Meanwhile, they are taking the bottom turret. So both inner turrets being pushed, but I think it's Wizards that may well win out here. In fact, they've switched across. They've gone towards the base turret, the mid... all over the shop, the mid turret, so they're going to surely get that mid turret. The inner turret is going to be defended by Rake. They are going to come across the side. They didn't get that base turret either. I keep calling it a base turret. What is wrong with me? A mid turret is the one I'm after. But Kevin, just be wary there, man. He's almost getting all aggressive, popping that shield. He's getting a little bit too carried away. He does manage to put the ulti down, tries to go for Ramos. They will manage to take him down, surely. Bradley's going to come in there. He's not going to get him. Kevin does go down. Kevin was trying to be the man. Oh, Kevin, he's going to get caught out. That last arrow shot coming in. Just about survived. No, he's not, because Malzahar has managed to flash through. He's going to get immediately headbutted by... and he will go down just about there. And, well, Wizards come out very well in that, despite the fact that they were almost caught out. And now Janna's going to get away. Nobody's really being finished off. Pings are going down left, right and centre, and they're frustrated. They can't get the kills. You can see them all on low health, but nobody's being finished off. And the main damage dealer was picked out the fight early on. So well done to Wizards again. They are starting to get very clever in their fights here. They're a little bit more tactical. I mean, Ramos going down early on, it's no great shakes, really. It's, the fact you lose your tank, but it doesn't matter. If they've blown everything on trying to get him, which they did, well, Kevin and Candy got picked out of it. So well done to Wizards. 3-2 now. The advantage slightly in their favour. They have that dragon early on, and they've had a good old chip at that inner turret.
Yeah, really nicely done there. I really like the the way that Wizards went about that one. Aranea, whatever. We agreed to call him Aranya, so that's what it's called. I guess I just forget that at some points. Right now, just doing the Lizard buff at top. As you can see on your screens, the kind of middle battle, which has been fairly stagnant. Obviously, the score in terms of the kills is with Wizards right now, with a 3-2 lead that they have. Obviously, both teams have taken down 1 turret, so on that front, it's all even. And we're maybe seeing something from Wizards now, grouping up 3 men. Maybe they'll try and make the push in for Kevin. They've come around the back. Will Babetta follow around? No, I think they're just going to go for a blue steal. 4 of them there. And this will obviously fall fairly quickly. Janna's coming in as well, just in case they end up getting into somewhat of a fight. Ulti came out there from Rumble, but it won't matter anyway. Blue is stolen by Wizards.
Yeah, meanwhile, Caitlyn is pushing this top turret, so they need to be careful. We saw this before. This was against Fnatic. Candy just continued on pushing down the bottom lane as they pulled away. This time they are going for it. She's going to push straight away. Going to get away before they get there. In fact, they've already immediately backed off. So whether... Yes, he's going to go back there. She's cancelled the port, but Ashe has come back. So, Ashe arrow just caught her. It did. Clairvoyance has gone down, so they know she's there. Cassidy's going to come across her. May well catch her out here. Needs to be a little bit wary. He's got a lot of damage, but Ashe is surely going to catch up in time. Just tried to trap away. Think he's going to get Cassidy and come straight back in. Oh, he's going to get caught out. Split targeting, and that's taken down. Baited into it indeed. And Game tried to come across to cover him, so well done there by Wizards once again. That is 4-2. Didn't really get much damage on this turret either, so maybe they did watch the Fnatic game and they thought, hang on a minute, we've seen this before. We continue pushing mid and she goes up and takes our base. Because that's what happened with Fnatic. She got in. Didn't quite get the inhibitor though, but she did take 2 towers while Fnatic carried on pushing mid. So this time Game are going to try and get a bit of damage on towards that mid turret. They have took it down to 1100. They did have a little poke on it before, but still, Wizards with that slight advantage. Needlessly large rod has turned into nothing at the moment. So Rabadon's death cap almost complete on Malzahar. Malzahar probably the most fed in the game. 2-0-1, 2-0-2 for Kassadin because he just got that kill on Caitlyn.
Yeah, and right now Wizards just amassing around this middle area. There is still the Oracle on Janna, so she'll be able to get around. There are a few wards hanging around, one just outside of Dragon, pretty standard ward, and obviously she's going to go in there. 3 hits, and that will go down. Brand's actually in the bush here. This could be very dangerous for Janna if she's not quick enough. And he probably picked the wrong target there, in my opinion. Going for Rammus rather than putting the damage onto Janna. If he could have got his stun off as well, would have been rather nice for him. But they've pulled Dragon out, but I'm not sure that they are going to really hang around for it, to be honest. They're moving in from the back of Gamed, but we have Wizards starting to work their way in from the front side as well. Kassadin just moving in. And yeah, Game just still edging their way around. We've seen this fight actually before, which ended in a bit of a stalemate. They both decided in the end, well, it's not worth it from either point of view. Wizards then went on to take it, and it looks like it's going to be a similar thing.
Yeah, well, Caitlyn's going to come up. They think they're in a slightly better position. Oh, the Ashe Arrow did catch someone. He's going to try and get a pulverize. Been silenced, though, unfortunately. The ulti has gone down from Rumble, though, already. Zola's taking a lot of damage. Hasn't managed to get any headbutt or pulverize on anyone because he was just silenced out of it. They're trying to pick him off. He's popped his ulti now. Brand manages to put his ulti. Didn't really get the bounce on anyone. Has got suppressed down on to Candy. Candy goes down. Oh, that's going to be tragic for Wizards. For Game, sorry, they are going to get wiped out here because they've managed to take the main damage dealer very well suppressed there. Rake does also go down to Ranyi. And that is going to be Game getting pushed out of it. So really well played by Babetta there, managing to get the suppress exactly on the person they wanted. The Ashe Arrow actually went in, almost triggering it. It's like one of those things, but it was a role reverse. It triggered the fact that he got stunned onto the cow, and then everybody came in to defend him, defend the cow. It's almost like Hindu-like. Is it Hindu? Is it cows? I can't remember. Yeah. Let's not get into religion on a stream. That's dangerous territory right there. Yeah. So defending the cow kind of backfired for them there, and Wizards again pick up another 2 kills. So it was I think 1 kill went, and they did get 1 in there, didn't they? Didn't see who it was for Wizards that went down.
Kassadin.
It was Kassadin, yes. Yeah. So Kassadin went down. So it was 2 for 1. So, and again though, Dragons goes to Wizards. So 2 Dragons now, and pretty even on turrets still. But with the kill advantage, Wizards slightly having that advantage, and then it is Malzahar making the difference, which is why he's banned in most games. Yeah,
we've seen him a couple of times today actually, which surprised me that little bit. Obviously, with his teams trying to counter ban each other and stuff like that, sometimes he ends up sneaking through if they. They know they've got some great players on other champions, but right now he's doing a great job. Wizards continuing to clear out those wards that have been put down by Gamed. And Nif needs to be careful there. She's slightly out of position. Okay, so she's been followed up there by a couple more from Game. Up on top, we've got Caitlyn, who's once again going to try to be the sneaky one and get in onto this tower. And they're going to lose this one, I think. I mean, Wizards are actually pushing middle tower, so they're going to exchange 1 for 1. The question is one of them going to actually retreat and go back, or is they both going to push? What's going to happen? Okay, so they both decide to go back in the end. So it's a fair trade.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, the mid turret
Probably for Wizards better.
Yeah, the mid turret gives a lot more vision. You got a lot of, you can see kind of what's happening in the middle of the map. So I don't know why they quite happily went for that trade, because I'd defend the mid turret more than the top any day. So I guess Wizards were quite happy to let that go. Although there's only 1,000 hit points on the mid one of Wizards. So yeah, Gamed are going to group up and they're going to try and take that mid turret now, and there is only it's only Janna there now, so surely they are going to take it. I don't think they were quite prepared for this for some reason. I don't know why. They surely expected them to come straight back to this turret, and that mid turret is going to go. So now Game have done very well out of that. So I don't understand why Wizards all kind of back to that's almost like a solo game when everyone just goes, I'm going to go farm. And just goes off farming in the jungle. So at the moment, Gamed are as a 5 rushing through, or Hawkshot just covered a lot of them there. So unfortunately, they all got sought. There's no buff to steal. They just come around the corner and go, oh, and they're going to have to retreat back down. So Gamed, well, picking up all the outer turrets now. The one bottom turret is still standing, full hit points as well for Gamed. So slight turret advantage in favour of Gamed. However, they are 2 dragons down, so that's not really an advantage. The Wizards just spreading out, trying to find a kill that they can, push the lanes, I guess, and Caitlyn just pushing that big stack bottom. That's going to go straight towards it. Really, they want to try and divert as much as they can, so Caitlyn can have another go at that bottom, maybe a little split push going on. Golem buff has spawned. They are going to pick that up pretty easily and give it to, looks like, Kassadin this time round. So all square. We are going to go back and buy items by the looks of it, so let's see what the shopping spree is going to bring. Kassadin got himself that needlessly large rod. He's probably going to go Rabadon's death cap. What are they doing? They're delaying it. I think they accidentally pulled it too far. It's gone back to heal up. Looks like, yeah, they're both going to pick up blue. Are we going to see a little poke on Baron in and around there? Looks like we will, Joe.
Yeah, both teams have ordered it up now. We've got Nif on Son, who does have the Oracle, so she's just going to try and clear that out there, make sure that they've got the control. And Rammus, yeah, just having a little bit of a peek out there and decides, probably not the best idea to go out there. They're probably all waiting in the bush for me. And he wasn't so far off. Alistair was there, ready and waiting. And Wizards just starting to push forward that little bit, just edging up through the bushes up on the top side of middle. Actually, we see Kaido, who will just be looking to get rid of the wards. And there is one once again directly on the Baron. And Wizards now grouping up once again in middle. Zyla could fall foul of this one. No, nicely done. They've backed away from that. They're not going to commit. And I'm not sure if I saw Dragon time. 28:57. Could be that, I guess. That they typed here in chat. So I guess that's when next Baron's going to be coming up. There's an aggressive move, actually, from Kassadin. Did a decent amount of damage onto Caitlyn. As the Piltover goes through, they're going to clear this mineral line? Minion line. Damn you, StarCraft 2 poster. Yeah. I completely lost myself now. Honestly, I'm just lost.
So yeah, Kevin's put 4 Doran's rings and the Kindle gem with the Mercury tread. So it's all about the Doran's rings for Alistair at the moment, and Barbecue's just stealing the wraiths around the side there. Got himself a Bloodthirster and a Zeal, and those Berserker Greaves. Let's have a quick look around. The tank's got Shirley's Reverie and the Mercury Treads, along with...
Oh, big fight in middle.
Going forward mid, just caught a glimpse of it there. It was Candy. They had pinged him up earlier on. Kevin's going to be in a little bit of trouble as well. He's going to have to back out. He's been ignited up, so Island needs to be careful. He is not the tank that he thinks he may well be as he tries to get in there. Brand does come in, gets the ulti off, bounces across a couple of them. Doesn't manage to get any kills with it, though. Extras are quite low down the bottom, but he's not going to be able to catch him up. He tries to bait him in there, and he's just going to port away quite convincingly. So, again, a cheeky little steal, and it is Candy every single time, and rightly so, because she was the one that was fed early on. He, I don't know what it is. It's called Candy, so it could be well be a female, but it's a female character. They're going to continue pushing, though. This is a classic A. Wizard have all backed away after that fight, and they're going to lose a lot of hit points on this turret. That's going to be 1,500 already stripped straight off it. Sonna's going to get taken quite low. Oh, Zyla's gone straight in. He's surely going to get away. He's had to use the flash to get out of there. They're going to continue chasing, and it's going to be surely going to get down to... He will do. Kassadin's going to finish him off eventually, but Arani's been taken very low. He's going to get away with it on 132 hit points. However, Kassadin's going to continue chasing onto Brand, and that obviously that slow landing on him. The silence comes in. Ash is going to catch in as well. Surely Rake may well go down here because he's going to try and get 32 hit points on Ash there as Rumble tried to dart towards him. This sniper shot on him. It's going to get blocked. He get through.
How did it go through? What the hell?
I don't know how that shot managed to get through. 3 people trying to block the shot, and it still managed to get through. So sneaky Piltover finish from Candy there. Dragon has just spawned. It was on 28, I believe, or something like that. So they're going to steal the Dragon. This is going to be the first Dragon for game. So it's kind of backfiring. This has all come about from that one single gank on Candy down the bottom there. They also stripped off a good 1,000, nearly 2,000 hit points off that inner turret. So Candy returns down bottom and thinking, getting a little bit confident here. He needs to be careful because it is extra there. He's got Ramadan's death cap. He's got 263 AP. 2,000. That would be scary. Yeah. And they are just warding the Baron up once again. And Caitlyn, now he's actually teleported. I thought she was going to try and buy herself some time, push that bottom lane, and then go for Baron. But it looks like they're not going to do it because Wizards immediately pulled straight over as soon as they saw game move towards that Baron.
Yep, and we'll see if they decide to try and push. Obviously, first tower in middle is down, and Zyla's kind of defending the ruins at this stage. And we will be seeing Ash taking the Lizard buff. Game's starting to mass themselves again around middle. We've got Rake and Nif just coming to back up the rest of the team. Not so many wards down, really, at all, to be honest. Game have got 1 on their position right now, but that's pretty much it that's hanging around at this stage. So not much map vision for either side. And games are actually moving over onto the Wizards' blue buff, but it's not actually up just yet. They did have the time for it before. What did they say? 31. So yeah, they're waiting for it. Obviously, it took a little bit longer than they expected because last time it came up, it actually healed itself a little bit. So they are going to get this blue buff. And let's see if they get away. Yes, they will. Wizards won't even come anywhere near that one.
Yeah, showing the vision of that Wizards actually had on screen. They had no vision. They were waiting for Clairvoyance, and Clairvoyance finally goes down. So they're going to back away and go towards... They're going to try and steal games blue. Meanwhile, Nif, you're going to get caught. Nif Ramos is going to get in there, manages to pop his ulti though. Had to use his ulti in defensive though. Surely he's going to go down. Yes, he will. It looks like Rumble's also very low in there. Rumble does get taken down as well. So Wizards came out very well on top there. That's going to be an ulti on Kevin. Kevin's going to go down as well. But Malzahar taken very low. Going to get shut down. Does manage to take down Candy. Also coming after Extra. Extra's going to drop back away. Rani's on absolutely no health. Jana's surely going to get caught. Rumble survived in there somehow. God knows how. Xylor is surely going to continue chasing Candy, just missing the shot on Arani. And I don't believe they're going to get away with it. So 2 for 2 there. And, well, Gamed were in danger of being really caught out quite badly there. But... didn't happen, and Candy actually has been fed quite badly. Look, she's got the Black Cleaver and Bloodthirster as well as that Quicksilver Sash to get the quick cleanse on. But yeah, I mean, that was all a case of Sona getting caught, and all I think he was going to do was just go up there and ward. It's the classic
standard.
Just want to ward and then getting caught. But still, that defensive tower down the bottom, Zyla's going to get a quick bit of farm, and we are going to reset. Remember, the blue didn't go down, so expect to see Sona probably taking that with Rumble in a moment. Or Brand. Brand's really the one that wants it. Caitlyn has just teleported back, actually. She was at the top there. Rani's spinning in. Oh, Sona needs to be careful. Again, going to possibly get caught here. Has managed to put a ward down. Ash Arrow does catch her, and then surely he's going to get taunted as well. Cassidy comes straight in, managed to just flash away, but Brand's going to be the target instead. That's probably even worse for Gamed, and Wizards take Brand down. Brand's not going to be happy that all he was there is just to pick up a blue buff, and it was Sona they went for. So oh dear me, all backfired for them. So Wizards now in a strong position to maybe try and take Baron down. They are clearing out the wards. Gamed are 4v5. They need to be careful as Candy just tries to put a couple of traps, Piltovers across, try and do a little bit of damage. So instead, I think Wizards are going to maybe push the lanes and then go for it. No, they're just going to port back. So they're going to take the advantage of the fact they did get a kill there. I didn't see who stole the kill in the end. I think it may well have been Castin. He's on 4-1-7. I can not see who it is. Yes, it was Kevin. No, it's not. I lied. It'd be on your screen. It doesn't tell you. Okay, wonderful.
Doesn't say.
No, so yeah, so it's pretty well balanced. That has to be said. But bearing in mind, this is a case of who will go through to the winner bracket, who will play SK, and Nif just caught a glimpse of that ward, so the ward's going to get cleared at Baron, and again we are reset. 5 all man standing. I guess we're going to probably wait for a dragon to spawn again.
Yep, next dragon is 37.
Oh no, it might be Baron before that
36, then. Yeah, actually Game just taking a bit of a peek out towards Baron. We've got Kaido who's going to drop a ward over the back. And say, okay, you go for it. I can see you anyway, no problem. And maybe even do a bit of clearing out there. There are a few wards hanging around that Wizards can get rid of. Kaido will spot that first one. There's one a little bit further up, and it was pinged there. And Wizards just moving in towards this middle area. They've got a decent stack with them as well onto this middle tower. Maybe they'll be able to take it down as well. We'll see how long it takes them to get away. Of course, it will be Kassadin who just gets himself right out of there. Not even going to risk hanging around for that one. They can't afford to be dropping these kills. They do have a 4-kill advantage. But in terms of towers, it's still wide open this game.
Yeah, the big difference is going to be this Baron fight. Who comes out on top, I think, will be the winner of this match. They are just still posturing for it. I mean, we've got Fortitude and Brilliance Pot on Rumble now. He's got himself that Willie the Ancients as well, so helping out Brand with a bit more AP and Spell Vamp, sorry. Brand has got himself up to 340 AP, got that Rabadon's Death Cap complete. I think I saw Casting was at 412, yeah, so he's a little bit ahead. Malzahar's been really the big one that's been making the difference in the team fights. Got himself that Void Staff with the Rabadons up to just shy of 400 AP. And again, game come round, but the Clairvoyant spots them all. So, actually, that's their own Clairvoyance, isn't it? I believe. Oh, no, that was Wizards' Clairvoyance. They just saw the loss from there. Oh, they're going to come round. They're going to try and catch out Rammus. They do manage to get quite a bit of damage onto him, but there's not going to be enough. And he's got that Guardian, so they're maybe just trying to pop Guardians. Rammus is... I can say she's surely not going to spin back in. The rest of the team are not there. They are going to take Dragon down. So Dragon goes. Wizards get Dragon. Are they going to start on Baron? No, they're not. Instead, they've missed out. So that's 3-1 Dragons to Wizard now. 11-7 in kill advantage. 36 minutes gone. 42-36 is when the next Dragon is due. So they've already marked that out. So it's all going to be about this Brand fight now. Who is going to start? Are they going to start things off? Caitlyn's going to be the one they need to be wary of. He just has to stay out of the way enough that he doesn't get suppressed, doesn't get hit, doesn't get taken down. But there's so much CC available in there. Obviously, Janna can blow them all out of the way. Irani can certainly get a taunt on him. Malzahar can suppress. Ash can arrow. Kassadin can jump all over him. There's not really a lot you can do when Kassadin is going to go for your main AD carry, other than just try and CC him out of the way, headbutt him out of the way, if anything. But I got a feeling Wizards might well take this one now. We will see how it's going to turn out. It's just very tense. They're just sat ready and waiting. Who's going to go for it? No one. They're just going to sit and pop. Ooh, got to be careful leaving Sona just on her own in there. That could easily be taken. And really just trying to bait. And look, they're just sat there. It is a face-off completely. No team going for it at the moment. The stacks are going to maybe make the difference here. Wizards are going to have to make an attempt here because the stacks on the top and bottom turret are going to start up in a minute. Randy just spinning up, just trying to bait someone to go for him. That's going to be his Q used up there. You can see Exodus just sat around the side there, ready and waiting to ulti onto everyone there and then just zip in and out. That's what he's trying to do. You can see the big stack at the top there, big stack at the bottom. They are going to go for it. No, they're just going to back away. It's just back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. Who is going to start? Babetta's just coming around the side there. They need to be careful as one doesn't get caught. Looks like Wizards are going to make a push. They're surely going to catch on to Rammus. Looks like Babetta's going to try and come around the side. Yes, they have the two AP heroes of game come around the side. Irani's trying to get away. They don't want to waste any abilities on him, but that has split the tank away from him. They need to try and shut out one of these damage dealers. That's what they're trying to do. You can see Barbecue just trying to poke him. They managed to split them off. Irani's spinning back and forth. He didn't know what to do. And Game have backed out. They didn't want to be caught and split, so they've backed out. Irani was caught and kind of pushed out of it. I think they should go for it. If they only knew that Rammus had just ported away, Babetta's ported away, they've got to go for it now. They've still got 5-on-3. Extra's going to port away. They are going to go for Rammus, for Baron here. Surely to God, Joe.
Yes,
they will. Finally.
But Babetta's coming in, and he could be very, very dangerous here. Let's see, they're starting to work their way in. Rammus is going to pop the Powerball, making sure he's got enough distance. Baron is still not down just yet, and Gamed are actually going to back away from this one. Baron is still up, and Wizards will be treating this one as a minor victory, managing to get Gamed away from that place. And Arany's actually just waiting inside of the bush. He does have Guardian Angel, don't forget, so even if he does go down, he's going to have himself a second chance, if you want to call it that. But still, both teams very, very cautious about going in onto this Baron. Of course, Kassadin, no qualms about going in there. He can get himself out easily without using a flash or anything. But both teams really on a knife edge at the moment this game. They're going to get rid of this ward from inside Baron. And still, really, they're pacing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth the whole time. And it looks like everyone's going home again. Or at least we see Malzahar, we see Sona go back. So, in fact, most of the game team seems to be porting back as well.
Yeah, and Wizard have cleared the stacks out now, so they're going to have to deal with that now's game. So Game had the advantage of the fact that they had the top and bottom lane were both completely pushed by minions. So they've cleared them two out, and they have obviously the full team there. They're going to clear all the wards out. They have position. The trap just going onto Irani, so they know they're there. That's going to immediately start telling Game to start heading towards it. Kevin is porting back. I'm not too sure if he wants to be doing that right now. Banshee's Veil now on Babetta, so he's got himself obviously that Rabadon's Death Cap we had earlier on with the Void Staff, and now Banshee's Veil. Shirelia's Reverie and Guardian Angel on Rammus. His Spirit Visage has been completed on Alistair. Meanwhile, we've got two potions not actually used on Brand. He's just got them in his pocket. Bearing in mind, obviously, that fight went on for so long. Maybe that was what they were doing. Maybe they're just, oh no, Rani's going to get caught out here, but they're going to be careful. The whole team's going to go in there. He will do. Sona's ulti goes through. Candy gets caught out. Candy's backed away nicely there, and that's going to be the ulti just pinging off just about everyone. Kevin does go down. That's going to be Guardian Angel triggering. Just caught a glimpse. Candy does go down. Gets down. Babetta, sorry. That's going to be, surely it's going to be Ashley wants to go for. He's going to try and do a bit of damage onto Aranya. Aranya backs out, and, well, even again, 2-2. Malzahar and Janna both went down. Brand and Rumble went down. Brand managed to get his ulti and literally catch the whole of Wizard's team, which is what a lot of the damage was there, bouncing it around with that ulti. Sonic's just being caught out here. Rani and Barbecue going to continue chasing. Needs to be very cautious to try and get away from Exeter there. Xila's going to come around the side. Candy is with Sonic as well, so much more posturing up. Arani's Guardian is popped, of course, so that's going to be a little while before that spawns back up. Respawn, sorry, is the word I'm after. So they're going to have to clear these lanes, like I mentioned, but that's going to be a lot more farm for Candy once again. Putting the Piltover across there and again, saying thanks a lot, I'll have a lot more gold. So he's got himself, looks like he's building towards an Infinity Edge maybe, as if he needs a bit more crit and damage. So bottom turret is almost been taken by minions now, 200 hit points. That'll be the final outer turret taken by the minions, because nobody's been near it for ages, and that is going to go down any second now. So yeah, so that is, we're still pretty even, it has to be said. Dragon has respawned, so I guess that's going to be the next fight position's going to be.
Yeah, Wizards are just warding up around Baron. Obviously, they see that as a
Caitlyn.
prime target. Yeah, Caitlyn's going to get herself out of there. Here we go. Arrow from Ash, and actually lands nicely on Caitlyn. Kassadin is going to jump himself in there. Candy down to about a third of her health, but will get away and lives to fight another day. And this is a nice little distraction, because Aranya's actually pulled Baron already, and they're going to go for it now. This is a time for them. We are seeing games starting to work their way over there. They're going to be spotted. There are wards in great positions. Actually, they're not going to push in just yet. They're biding their time just that little bit. Wizards actually starting to move away. What are they going to do about it? Aranya will actually speed in there, and Xila's in a lot of trouble. I think there goes the ulti actually out, and it will be Caitlyn to get the first one onto Kassadin. That's an important kill. Malzahar surely is going to follow here very quickly. Yes, he will. Kevin trying to catch up to Ash, and Ash is in a lot of trouble. Stolen away by Caitlyn, but probably for the good of the team anyway, in all fairness. And Aranya gets away from it, and Games are now going to have their pop at Baron.
Yeah, triple kill there for Candy, so really well played, despite the fact Candy was obviously just been pulled, so that, you know, either the damage on the Ash arrow had gone on there, so obviously the ulti wasn't there for Ash, and that's going to surely be, are they going to try and steal it? No, they're not going to. They tried. They saw the whirlwind go in, and Rammus was obviously sat there with his smite ready and waiting, but I didn't think he was quite going to get the range on him. He's going to continue chasing on to Janna. Going to come round the side there. Will do. Manages to find him. Oh, gets the exhaust down just about in time. Don't think he's going to get the kill on him. Needs to be a little bit wary. He's got a lot of damage there. He's going to surely get a Piltover across them. Yes, he will. Is he going to dive? He is. He's going to try and dive. Gets the snipe shot. Does manage to take down Janna.
Nice.
So now they're going to get the turret. That's going to be the base turret down. Obviously, did have Baron. The rest of the team caught up, cleared the lane. Thank you very much. I love a base tower. And this has worked out so well for Game, despite the fact, again, it was Wizard that caught Candy out. Candy backed away. Just got healed up by Alistair and Sona and came straight back in the fight. Managed to steal a couple of those kills off in the process. Xylo gets heavily targeted there, but he's not really going to worry about that. The base turret will go down. It is only going to be one. Suppress goes down to Kevin. Kevin does get popped as well by Ash Arrow, and the ulti from Brand goes through, bounces off two of them. They're going to back away. This is going to be GG to Game, surely. Candy is incredibly low health, just going to get picked off. Doesn't matter. Going to take the turret and put it back onto the fountain, and Game take it. So that is well played to Game. It took long enough. It was a 45-minute game. Lots and lots of posturing up at Baron. We did say the fight at Baron would be the key player, and it certainly was. So GG, Game to go through. They are going to be playing SK in the next round, and this is only the first round, Joe.
I know. I just realised that when I thought about the schedule, like, I wonder where we are on the schedule. All right, we're at like.
We've got a lot of games to go.
We're at like 12 o'clock or so, and it's already 4. So we're a little bit behind schedule, but we're not going to complain about that. We're here to cast League of Legends, and of course the Dreamhack EU qualifier, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing.